Marv in the building. Shout out Raysky, baby, representing Shreveport, Louisiana. You already know. Hurt to Leave, new single. You already know what it is. We gonna community tab this one, and we gonna drop the link below. Something for the grown and sexy, man. You already know what time it is, man. You already know how we doing it, and you already know how the Marv getting it in. Now we need to touch up on something real, but before we do that, y'all go to Raysky baby page, and y'all go ahead on tap in with them, and y'all know what I mean. Go follow, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all stay updated with everything he got going on, because you already know what time it is. He dropping heat, and he coming how he coming, man. You already know what time it is now. We wanted to take this one to the Bay Area, man. You know what I'm saying? Dealing with Messy Marv. Now, we already know Messy Marv is a Bay Area legend. You know all the controversy that's around Messy Marv. Real slick talker, you know what I'm saying? In his heyday, he was one of the top MCs to come from the Bay, and he was putting in a big impact. And now we got to do a video because it seems to me that, you know, he's been spotted in Richmond, California on the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? Down bad, you know what I mean? And it's like, we need to take this time out to really learn something from this, you know what I'm saying? We ain't here to, you know, get up on his situation and look down on him and say, you know, he fell from grace or whatever, you know what I mean? Forget all that. What we here to talk about is how things could go good 1 minute, and then the next minute you could be back where, you know, you started, you know what I'm saying? So do not take nothing for granted when it comes to music and it comes to the influence that you may have one time. Because if you know, like I know, and you really studied Bay Area music and been following Messy Marv and stuff like that, he always not had the best, you know, career or whatever the case may be, but it was always consistent enough for him to spark deals and still make money. So now that we see him and he down bad and stuff like that, it comes to a point where we got to talk about artists that's getting money and that's high influence mismanaging their money and being back in the same place that they started for mismanaging their money. That's all it is. Now, in Messy Marv's situation, he was going to do a lot of bids, you know what I'm saying? He was, you know, actually putting it down at one time, but he just kept doing bids, you know what I'm saying? Still probably to this day. But, you know, when we spot him out in the street and stuff like that, and people acting like they cool with him and stuff like that, just to record him, and he don't know he being recorded, and, you know, I just feel like people playing on his top, man. You know, at the end of the day, Messy Marv had did some things that people didn't like, you know what I'm saying, as far as, you know what I mean, when the whole J Diggs situation was going on, and he went to J Diggs' block, and you know what I'm saying, he did what he did out there, you know, people was talking about him. But it seems now Messy Marv is, you know, in a situation where, you know, he could care less about rapping, he could care less about any beef, you know what I'm saying? And any beef that he may have, him being out here still up on the street down bad, it's a good chance that somebody could still feel some type of way about when he wasn't down bad in the way he was talking, to even try to pull up on him and maybe even try to do something. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we put stuff like this out, to show niggas that 1 minute Messy Marv was counting all of this money, talking about the deals and, you know, all of this stuff like that, to him being where he at now. So this is why, if you niggas is out here doing any music, anything that's creating money, you got to learn how to put some aside for a rainy day, man. Because I know if Messy Marv was thinking this way, I know he wouldn't be in the situation he would be in now. You know what I mean? When you in a certain predicament, you ain't got no motivation to be doing music like that no more. And I guess that's where he at. And I hope that ain't where he at. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We used to see Messy Marv counting a lot of money, you know what I mean, talking a lot of talk before a lot of these niggas up on the internet was even flashing money in hotel rooms and talking they talk and doing all this. We talking about the DVD era, you know what I mean, even before then. Because, you know, Bay Area niggas, they touch that bread. So we hope that Messy Marv could come back and start dropping projects how he was dropping before all of this, and before all of these niggas, you know what I'm saying, be trying to, you know, appreciate him, you know, in the music tip, rather than, you know, niggas trying to, you know, run up on him and, you know, try to put this as a thing of to be laughed at. Because I see a lot of niggas on the internet laughing, and it ain't nothing funny. Y'all drop them comments.